Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Welcome back, everybody, here to game number 2 of our best of 3 between PRIES as well as no Diggity. It is our winners bracket first round matches to see who will advance themselves forward to play up against Team Spirit to get themselves all the way qualified for ESL One Frankfurt from the European region. We want to join by Mob Packs. Welcome back, man, as we are underway. Hi, Mott.
Sorry, double mute. It's okay. Everything's fine though. We fixed everything.
I know, it's something as simple as that.
The classic. Yeah. Oh, these bands looking pretty familiar. OD, Enchantress, Puck. A Puck band. That's pretty interesting. I guess PRIES. I know they had it in their past games. Wow, they're giving away the Invoker again. They must be picking Faceless Void. I'm sure of it. At the very least, like for PRIES.
I still don't know if that's going to be enough. Like, you pick up a Faceless Void, and then you give, like a Beastmaster over as a trade-off. It's still the same thing that no Diggity's looking for out of their off-laner. The ability to survive and control, and then when it comes to team fights, it's the ability to actually control one core hero in a team fight. Obviously, the Chronosphere can get more, but if you're coupling it with an Invoker, like, normally you're only looking to go from one hero to the next, kill-wise.
Do you think Qualifier and Ketsu are just bribing Synderen right now? It's like, no, Invoker. No. We're gonna win. Just give me Faceless Void. No, my Puck's gone. That's the argument right now.
Synderen will take care of Qualifier before anything else. That is the play.
I think Synderen just likes playing Bane, so there we go. That's the expected play here. And
now we see what they couple it with. Picking up a Void is okay.
Yeah,
and they actually, they take both Void and Beastmasters. They get to run this greedy 4-position Beastmaster again, but this reveals what they're doing. Like, if Synderen wants to right now, I don't know if he wants to go like Enigma, but he could be picking up something which can force down the lanes, which Void is terrible against, something like a Chen, for example, which is still in the pool, and just push lanes.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I'm trying to think if it got banned. I want to say it didn't get banned in the last second phase as well, so that could be something that's, like the Enigma, I think for sure will get banned if they don't go for that now, but I believe the Chen actually went untouched. Alright. Fair. He hasn't been playing that too much, though. It's mostly been the Dex, in fact, only, what, one game so far for all of the your 10 games. It was a win, no surprise.
Wasn't that on Qualifier? Didn't Qualifier play it once?
Oh, did he? Oh yeah, they did too because they had the Beastmaster. Well, Kezu also has an excellent bear, so there you go.
Holy crap! I remember. I don't know what's happened recently, but I'm remembering more things. I feel really unsettled by it. It's like when I was casting with Moon, and like I always like quoting like Puppy with what he can do, because his knowledge is amazing. This guy remembers drafts from ESWC back in like 2006. I'd be like, wow, that's how. They'd be like, yeah, this is the reason why this guy did that. I'd be like, how do you remember this? But he just does. I'm not at that point yet. I'm actually not even going to say yet. I'm never reaching that point. But, sorry, that was just a pat myself on the back moment.
Oh no, take it, man. You know, gotta take those when you get them. I know they're rare for you, so.
Oh, Sheeper! Love it, Watt. Oh.
Well, look at the old band pick here. So, PRIES can kind of decide, like, what do we want to take out? Do we want to take out something like the Span or something like the Ember Spirit? Do we want to go for that?
Take out the Chen. I would still take out the Chen here. Like,
I like that too.
You're up against a lone druid and Invoker. You're gonna have not only just an army of summons. Actually, you know what I'm also wondering about? I'm wondering about, because if this is actually like a Kaizu lone druid, what would happen if you got something like a Lycan pickup and you just force down lane after lane?
Dire team pick.
Yeah, they have so many options, but Looks like the most recent thing still burning in their head, so gonna get rid of that nice little Mirana, and that is something that they've done both ways too. So it's kind of a dual threat in terms of support, or as well just for air in the safe lane, and it's a good space creating safe lane hero too. Like, because you do have a much greedier hero, I'd say, in the Faceless Void, obviously trying to get up. Or sorry, greedier than the Faceless Void, because you've got this lone druid who's trying to get up into his Midas, into the Radiance, and can't be as active just the second he hits level 6 or something. So I'd like a little bit of a faster core, not necessarily wanting to go for the Sven, but if you go for the Sven and pick two like really strong roaming heroes, then you kind of get like this mega power peak of like lone druid, Sven, Invoker, and the game's just over. But when you're looking at like a bigger skill gap like this, I feel like Diggity don't really need to rely on something like that.
I'm wondering if PRIES is sitting there going, we can pick the Bane, so Synderen has to pick something else. Yeah, let's do that. Synderen goes between the Bane and the VS. It's not even like complicated with Synderen's pick for himself. He is that saving grace, perfect up against the Faceless Void, not bad up against Beastmaster Hawks and such. Pretty good against Bane as well. So more aura stacks also starting to come up, and they actually pick the Chen. Okay, is this this feels like I'm looking at the two picks that No Diggity wanted to go for.
It looks like the old school PRIES. This is like their kind of draft with Beastmaster, Bane, Chen. But yeah, no, you're right. They're stealing all their picks.
Wait,
man.
hang on.
What's going on here?
Hang on. All right, so this is a one position void.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. Unless they run mid Beastmaster, because I couldn't look at the details of the game. I can only see the heroes.
Mid Beastmaster is going to get wrecked by that Invoker. He's going to get completely destroyed. What would actually kind of win this game right now for No Diggity is something like a Klink's pick. Destroys the Chen. You're already running ahead of Midas over on the Lone Druid.
10 seconds remaining.
Actually, you may actually just run Midas, Lone Druid as well as Invoker.
5 seconds remaining.
Thinking what's going to do a lot of physical damage into the buildings, as well as not really be too troubled by the Chen. The Chen may even be a non-issue. If the Bounty Hunter, like if the Absol can cause enough issues with the Chen's movements, like you could just see a very crippled Chen.
Yeah, they have a lot of great options here, honestly. Like, they could just go for something more standard and like a gyrocopter. Oh, okay. All right, they can't go for the gyrocopter. That's just going to get banned out immediately.
Well, at least you read it well, Pax.
Yeah.
That's a good
Apparently. All right.
So
well,
what else?
I don't think they do any crazy Zeus stuff. I don't know, like, does Era play Invoker, or like, I wonder if they have some sort of a swap of where they would go for like.
It's gonna be a Koi for Invoker. The swap thing you could look at is if you put the Lone Druid onto the safe lane in the hands of Era.
Yeah, or like in the fan. I assume Kezu would still play it, but I mean, I don't know. I just know like that was like his big hero. I know back in the Han days, he spams it quite a bit on his stream. So I'm not sure, but I still like the Klinks. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. He goes like. Even the Weaver, if this was China, I'd be all about the Weaver, honestly. Even though it is a little bit greedier, like, it's been doing so well lately.
Weaver offlane could function up against the Faceless Void quite nicely. Actually, that's what they could just go for something like a teamfight controller. Like, if this is not actually gonna be a Lone Druid offlane, like, you could get something like a Tidehunter for the offlane. No one's gonna harass him out or kill him off. Especially not the Bane. But that's only if they push this into a one position Lone Druid. If it's not a one position Lone Druid, then maybe it's time for Chaos. Maybe it's time to actually go for something like a Spectre last pickup. I really want to see him with more of a stronger push.
It's gonna be something like active here, I think, for Diggity. Like, just let Lone Druid do his thing, but there's just not one of those heroes that's really in the pool. I'm not feeling it.
Get a Slock.
Yeah, that's not bad. Something along those lines actually would be good.
Reserve time.
Like when you initiate, just gotta time your dark pack correctly.
You could even go like Armlet Sven too, would be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I really like Klinks.
Yeah, he's actually so good, isn't he? But the Death Prophet, Loot Market, PRIES, they've got some decent push up their sleeve. This is also an interesting question too of what Qualifier wants to build in this game. Because going something like Quas Wex, if Chen does manage to get a mech up and running, more than likely he's been harassed by the Bounty Hunter, so he won't have like big mana pool items as well. So a Quas Wex
5
could
seconds
actually
remaining.
just burn out the Chen so there's no mech available, but he needs damage up against the Death Prophet, just where the Clinks
Reserve
just
time.
is the best player. Like, that raw physical damage directed into the Death Prophet to ensure that she dies before her exorcism actually ends, obviously.
I wonder if they'd play like an Era Legion commander. I don't think they'd run that hero. But that could actually be the solution.
Considering how much single control there is from Loot Market. There's gonna be an Arrow Lone Druid and a Tide on a Flame.
Let's see, they might swap it up here.
I swear, this is just dumb luck. Sorry, I'm actually feeling really chuffed right now.
Era Invoker, just like running in Koikba Lone Druid.
Quite full Lone Druid, Era Invoker. Well, you're right for the Era Invoker. I actually still thought it was probably going to be like the quote for, the quote for the Era Lone Druid and the
Prepare
quote for Invoker.
battle.
Well, at least I can say I got the Tide right.
Yeah, I think the other safe lane options were just a lot weaker than just running this. So Koikba will go mid with it. I'll send Era to the safe lane. See this quite a bit. It's a nice matchup against the Death Prophet, and there's not many heroes that can say that, right? Like, no one has a very good time. It should be an easier game for PRIES.
Spirit Siphons. That's kind of it. As long as you got a hero that can get away from the Spirit Siphons, you're pretty good. Not the Invoker. Okay.
This could be one of those games where you see a rougher time for the bounty hunter. Like, sometimes you'll see it get picked up and then it doesn't do a lot for those first like 3 or 4 minutes. And right now he doesn't have anyone who can really pair up nicely with him. He doesn't have the juiciest targets, honestly. Like, going on a Bane, you're just gonna get nightmared and he'll run away. He'll just have to be mostly leeching, right, from like the Chen, potentially whatever sort of sneaky plays Mike's going for if he ends up in like that little hard camp and force off the wave. It won't be a very active bounty.
I love this trap. They're waiting for Yabsor. They put the Sentry Ward in the lower ground, so it won't reveal instantly. And then they walk down, so now he could potentially walk into that Sentry Ward. They don't have vision on the cliff side. So if Yabsor walks down that staircase, he will be... Oh, no! There's mass pings coming out from the Bane going, yo, boys. They will get rid of that obs.
Yeah, you can give it to the DP too.
But you gotta know the bounty's on the roam. Yes, this is the play.
The other one I've seen is guarding this camp by doing this sentry right here with the observer, and then they all sit here, and it's like coming on top of him. But knowing that he was going to go up there was pretty wise, as that camp wasn't quite as important, I guess. He'll be blocked out though. Yabsor
sees the fact that Chen is, one, not going to have a camp to work with, which he'll be pissed about. But he's also a courier right now. We actually have a hero courier. Because they dropped that salve, they didn't want the bounty hunter to snipe it out. Bane's really just... Okay, maybe he does it. I thought Ty would actually be a lot stronger on this top lane. I didn't think the Bane really offered that much damage.
Yeah, I guess Tide usually relying a lot on his right click, so the brain zap obviously hurting him pretty heavily when it comes to these trades. He said it's rough.
Yeah. Actually really efficient for a Bane to do this. He's like gonna force the salve out already.
Yeah, and Kezu's build is really not gonna be helping him much here. Going for those early boots, taking you away from the Iron Talon. Doesn't have like double tangos or anything if he was really committed to this trade, but Bashrik also bringing like salve and everything, so he really itemized properly for this. Once he has his own boots up, it's just like lane over, I guess, for Kezu. And Yabsor, he's just still stalking around KYH, so don't expect any help up there from him.
I love this, well, I don't really love it. It's like one of those painful things to enjoy watching. Just a Chen who gets absolutely nothing out of the early game. Like, a bounty's gonna be okay if the Lone Druid and the Invoker get in front, because then he'll slowly just be involved in a couple of, like, good engagements. But he actually... Okay, he's gonna go Invis again. I think they got scouted out. The Dire Observer saw it. It's actually playing more like classic Jimmy style. Find yourself a small little crevice. The funny thing is too, the Bashrock, he was actually checking out the classic tubing position, which was up in these trees here. That was back before they created more paths there. But he's trying to use the fog of war, every single nook and cranny. Just stay close enough to leech the experience, and not really have the Bane bring him down too much.
Did get a really nice rotation down bottom from center, and they came in almost able to get something going on KYH, but a good Centaur Stomp just made sure they couldn't follow up the slows into stuns, so they guarantee the rune. Chen not able to hold that up.
Sorry, I'm just watching this. It's like a fangirl chasing after KYH right now. He leeches the experience, he blocks up the bloody camps.
Yeah, he is very frustrating.
They're both got exactly the same level of experience, and now he walks up the sentry ward. That's actually a mistake from Yapsor. You should have known that. You may not have known the exact position of the ward because his observer ward got dewarded here, so we could have assumed the sentry was closer towards the lane.
Oh, Mikey's having a really good time down here right now, though. Lots of damage on the center, and this is the big thing about this offlane Beastmaster on the dire side.
If that ball gets to slow, yeah, he's actually got the kill. The ice wall from Era won't slow up enough. Like, he's removed a lot of armor from the Beastmaster, and yeah, that's really good for your off-laner. Gets a solo kill on top of the VS without any other help required from his teammates.
It's just so much better dire side, because it's so much harder for the carry to actually help the supports in those situations. And then the Beastmaster has better escapes too, where he can just like run down this ramp if the carry actually rotates. That's very well played. Because that's an offlane where he really had nothing going, and now he's level 4, and the waves pull back to his tower because there's no support pulling.
Yeah, so started leeching a little bit of experience, but then brain sap. They even had a little bit of a go at Bashrock. It's Bashrock.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Beautiful. We'll call him Bashrock.
Yeah, we'll go with it. He's got a U, so it must be Bashrock.
Yeah.
We can throw on some accents or something, you know? Bashrock. It's probably something like that, sure.
Hey, should I make you Russian?
I don't know where I'm going, man. We don't know these things over here. It's Canada. There's no other, multiculturalism.
I bet you would have been there. It's just like, well, so it was written in the original script of Lord of the Rings. Well, it's a Balrog. But then you can just have Gandalf say it's like Balrog. It's like, okay, now it's a boss.
How did we get into Lord of the Rings? I missed that segue right there. That was well done.
Dude, you gotta stick with my brain, bro. It's not the way you write things; it's how you pronounce them that makes them epic. Cinder instead again. Or actually, is he?
Just dead. You're just running him off this early.
No, he is. He can't run away from the pause. Era's rotating over. He'll hit the Sunstrike over on Mikey, so maybe there's gonna be some collateral here. With the ice wall down too, Mikey can't really escape from this. There's the fact that Chen's already here. In fact, Era's gonna go down as well. Yamsor rotates over. So what's he gonna do? The second he comes out, he's just gonna get nuked down again. It's just a really good positioning from the Chen timing. Yes, you lose your Beastmaster, but who really cares? You just took out the safe lane Invoker.
Yeah, just delaying that Midas. Toby was right. Synderen was dead. Eric came left and died. That's pretty much, that sums up that engagement right there. Nice Invis rune, so early Exorcism gets to be taken here by Mastermind. See if he can make a play with it.
Only if Yabsor shows himself again. This is the push power though. This is what I was expecting to come out from Diggity once you saw both the Faceless Void and the Beastmaster picked up in the first two. It's like, oh, we could just force the issue, right? And then Diggity get a lineup which takes a long time to come online. If the tide is still not near his level 6 just yet, you don't even have to commit the Exorcism for this. But
yeah,
because you've got Chen, because you got like a decent minion army, you can work with a lot. But you know what Diggity's time is also banked around. They did this the last time Qualifier played that mid-lone druid. All it is just get lone druid up to a point where he is unstoppable. Take one team fight and they'll take an entire lane. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and probably even the Rax and all. They just push that fast when he's that big. Now the TPs are coming in, Syndra. Hey, okay. They grouped up for a 3-man Chronosphere. On the back of an Exorcism, Syndra can't save anyone. Like, he stuns the Faceless Void, but they keep chasing up after Qualifier. The Nightmare Guys, a little bit of time to get closer. This bear's trying to make life a little bit more difficult too, but with that Spirit Siphon, the Death Prophet will now grab herself a double kill, and Syndrome will get nuked down by the Chen. That was a terrible positioning from Diggity, and like PRIES just capitalized on it perfectly.
Yeah, what a sick chrono. That's like perfectly placed. It's pretty hard to get those off, like, even though, yeah, it was the fault of Dig, but only having Time Walk to work with. He's also gone level 1 Time Walk, by the way. That is quite the build. I mean, I know it's the core at this position 1 PRIES kind of, you know, troll stuff, but he's going to be opening a lot of damage early. I wonder if he even goes like Mask of Madness or something. It wouldn't even be the worst game other than Sunstrike. Go really old school on this one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I just can't believe DIG got caught out like that.
Yeah, uncharacteristic. It's something that you know, they've been playing pretty crisp, obviously in game number 1, but PRIES finding that right timing, and that's going to open up this big game pretty heavily for them. Like the fact that they didn't have to commit Exorcism down bottom first, and then therefore now having it for that big chrono in the mid lane. That once again, that Midas for Era is just like gone. Like it's out of here, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even coming at this point.
He still has to. Like, there's no other choice for him. Because the Invoker needs to have levels. Even if it's just for that, that's fine. Yeah, so I was trying to give him some kind of opening. Like, you'll see Mastermind rotating. They've put down their own Observer Ward, and Diggity Yabso goes instantly invis. I'm hearing a Beastmaster roar. Cinder instead.
Hey, man. Right, like, we could see this before the game even started with the Absol. Like, he's still 0-0-0.
Yabso's dead too.
It's just such a hard game for this bounty.
Oh, he's gonna get out of range of the sentry, but the Crisp Swarm still will connect. That's another double kill for Mastermind.
Yeah. They didn't give him the laning partners to make this hero work, so instead he's been leeching the whole time, and yeah, that was going fairly well. Like, he was keeping up with the Chen, but once these fights started and the tower pushing started, obviously that's no longer a possibility. And then you think about, oh, well, it's okay, bounty in the mid game, he gets 6, you win 1 fight with track, and you're right back in it, but like, he is so far behind right now that is a pipe dream.
PRIES can go even further with this push. Diggity saw it coming. So rotate the lone druid up to the top lane, and he was up there with the Tidehunter. You've still got Exorcism. You can push through the tier 2 tower. Even if Diggity want to use Fortification right now, it's still, like, PRIES are going to stop at this push. And the Exorcism isn't going to last long enough for them to do damage to the tier 3 tower. If No Diggity don't come back, then they may just do it just to force the retreat of No Diggity. They still got half the duration. Man, they can actually do this. They can bring this tower down by half life. Fortification has to be used now. Got Tide Ravage, but Diggity don't want to come back. Like, Qualifier just finished up his hand of Midas. They're getting a little bit of farm time up on the other heroes. Hero's getting his timing on bottom lane. Now that he also has to back up. PRIES are just playing this really perfectly. The next Exorcism, I want to see how much damage they can do with it. Like, if it's going to be also Roshan, or if they look for more objective, like building style. That's uncharacteristically off target there from Hero.
I'm really curious to see what this Faceless Void builds into. Like, is it still the Blink, I assume, just because of like how important his initiation is going to be, because you do have the Death Prophet, and despite having the Beastmaster, who's more of your traditional offlaner, he obviously doesn't have the greatest reach, but that's a Helm.
Yeah, this is like an armlet build. Because there's no reason to go Veil of Discord on a Faceless Void.
It's either going to be better. I think Helm of Donger is also fine.
Yeah. Having the lifesteal's going to be okay, but is he really stacking for anyone as well? Or is it just so you can control the creep?
I think the Aura's worth it. It gives decent damage too, and it just means you don't have to like go for the Vlads or something. It's more of like a individual item. Someone should be building Vlads though, considering their team.
It's because he's at 1 position is why my brain goes towards the armlet. Because you're looking to get more damage out of this Faceless Void inside the Chronosphere. It's the downside about like PRIES' lineup, where their only real physical damage currently comes from Exorcism. And being able to only find around Exorcism is not really your cup of tea.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, I'm actually, the more I think about it, I'm more surprised it actually isn't something like the Vlads, because it still kind of suits that more damage role, but it's also because of like when they want to end this game, right? So much of their games are revolving around Death Prophet right now, and this whole push between Chen and the Beastmaster, and they need to beat out this Lone Druid and the Invoker, so I'd expect more items in flavor of that.
Exorcism up, remember there's no fortification, it was used to defend that mid-tier 3 tower before. Boy's got Chronosphere as well, so the bear gets the front lines. Time locked up. Qualifier does have a resummon over on the bear, and you've still got that Ravage available. Not for much longer. His mana pool is still pretty well restricted until he gets those, well, he actually already used the one charges. Tier 3 tower just doesn't survive. They take the top tower with Invoker, Chronosphere, another 3-man Chronosphere. The Tide, he needs to go down here, and the Ravage, he'll get it off. So at least they have that advantage. The extra's on the face of Void. The damage, he can't time walk it out because he actually time walk himself in. Syndren, luckily actually able to dodge that Crypt Swarm. So Void goes down, the Tide buys back instantly. They have to try and defend this with no X's, and remember, PRIES don't have really a lot of physical damage to use. They have to rely on the Spirit Siphon, which only has one more real charge left. That's enough to get the dieback over on the Tide Hunter. But now Death Prophet, I think PRIES have overstayed their welcome right now. Era is actually dropping that armor so quickly of the Bane that he also can't survive. Chen will TP himself back to base. They didn't have Hand of God, they didn't have the survivability, and all the damage they dealt will be repaired because they only hit the melee racks.
I think they should have stopped at the tower and back.
Well, Mopax, you've gone really quiet.
Oh, am I about to vanish?
No, you're back now. You're good.
Oh, okay. Alright, but yeah, they didn't have the mechanism, they didn't have Roshan. Like, they're close to those items. I was kind of expecting them to just run away after the tower, and the Ravage was nice. It did help them, you know, kind of stick around, so maybe that's what it was that determined it. But there you go. That's your way back into this for Dig.
That actually just put Qualifier so far up. Like, if he actually gets this Radiance, PRIES don't really have a great lineup to split push. In fact, their lineup is quite terrible for that. And when you go for this Dominator style build over on the Faceless Void, I feel like PRIES are committed to getting those racks. Like, they have to come back again. You got Exorcism off cooldown in 20 seconds time. There is no Ravage for under a minute. Qualifier also wasn't capable of farming up that Radiance, so maybe now he actually considers going something like a Maelstrom build, like actually building something stronger on this bear. Yeah, he still really wants the Radiance. No, they need to defend without it.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I like the, he did get the Alpha Wolf as well, which is pretty big right now. For Mika.
Okay, bottom racks will be forfeit. Diggity will let it go.
Yeah, they can't save it, and they need Radiance. It's too important against this lineup, and I think PRIES are just reading this correctly, don't going for mid.
They still need to fight though. Like, Invoker's TPing back right now. The tier 2 tower is taking considerable damage in the mid, but now swap from Syndren. The Yule Center up will save the Death Prophet, also from the Meteorite, and the Chronosphere. Another 3-man Chrono hits perfectly. The damage output is still fairly minimal, however, allowing Diggity continue to fight. Ravage up cooldown in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Familiar.
And you're out of actually Spirit Siphon, you're out of your Exorcism. The Ravage hits all 5 kills, the Bane, the Wave Terror goes through, Beastmaster on 16 life. He'll be able to get his roar off. The Bear's still on the front line. One attack will actually help to kill him off. Actually, it's the VS who ends up killing him. They just keep going, the tracks are up, they see Mastermind running out, but they won't be able to catch up to him. PRIES will actually escape with only the Beastmaster and Chen dropping. But again, they didn't claim the racks.
Illusion.
Yeah, once more PRIES, just like, come on guys. I feel like we just went over this. Getting
3K
the tower.
gold swing. 3K gold swing.
Like, this is how you lose this game to a bounty hunter, right? It's just the overcommitment, because every single kill is quite literally like almost worth double. So another slight issue there.
I also still find it amusing that with everything that's happened, the bounty hunter is now out leveling the Chen by 1. And the fact that Chen didn't have the Hand of God when they first pushed into the bottom lane, it helped them out with this push, but again, they stuck around after Exorcism disappeared.
Toby, I think you might get your armlet here.
It is? Did he
He's gonna disassemble.
No, he's got the Vlads. He's still buying the Vlads. She buys the Vlad straight on top of the helm of the Dominator. Okay, you know what this... You know those lineups when you draft them and you feel like you're bottlenecked into winning by 20 minutes or you're lost? That's what that item pickup makes me feel.
I mean, it was that way before. I really thought he was just gonna go armlet, just go like full, like just disassemble the helm, but this will do too.
They're coming up again. They could have waited for another 300 gold also over on the Chen so we'd have the mech for this push. But the Exorcism comes back off cooldown and they instantly want to attack. But the Radiance from Qualifier is up. So now they've actually got no way to really properly physical harass into the lane. The resummon on the bear's up in 2 seconds time too, so Qualifier will have double bears. That's why he's being so aggressive with it right now. Oh, PRIES, they are so on the clock, and they know it too. They really should just back up, get the mech over on the Chen, take Roshan with this. But then again, who really benefits from the Aegis the Immortal? If Faceless Void was doing more damage, I could understand it.
Yeah, that is true. And they're also tracked up right now, right? So, like, Dig are just gonna, like, smoke, let's go.
Well, here they come. Qualifier, first one to the front lines. PRIES gonna smoke themselves up. That's a great Centaur Stomp. They actually catch 2 inside the Chronosphere, but it's 2 very taking heroes as well as Yapzor. Swap out from Cinderin. The silence was over on the Tundra. Now he can turn around for the Ravage. He'll let it go right away. And Cinderin, he's still being trained now, but that was the primary target here of Mastermind. Now the Fiend Script holds the Tundra in position, but really, they have to look to Qualifier. They have to look to Era. These are the 2 playmakers right now from Team No Diggity. As they look for more, their tracks just keep rolling in. The gush onto Bane. The bear first hit Entangle wouldn't even surprise me, but it's not going to happen. But you'll still end up losing the Bane. This is a 4-hero track kill again coming the way of Yapzor. This guy's rolling in the dough. 3 heroes down, and that's your exorcism committed. You didn't take Roshan, and you didn't take a Rax.
Yeah, they've just been trying to nail that cycle every time. Just like get to the Rax right as it's off cooldown and just go for it. And seeing what they're up against with that Radiance, they decide to back, maybe try to go for something else, but obviously the tracks have now been coming out from Dig, so they, you know, aptly track them down, snag a couple of kills, and man, talk about a lineup that's on the clock. There's not a lot of time left right now. Eric getting up to the items, 1,800 gold on top of his Yule's Midas, obviously Qualifier with that Radiance and a solid 1,200 gold on top of that as well, so PRIES, this is, I don't, what is the backup plan with this draft? I don't think there is
none. There literally is none. Their backup plan is to push until you can push no more. And you got your level 3 Necrobox up and running. You get your Exorcism up. Like, even look at Mastermind's item build. Like, I'm assuming, like, this was meant to be, like, originally an Octarine core, but then he needed life, so he got the point booster, then he needs armor as well to survive now the physical damage that Diggity are doing, not to mention the negative armor from both Gush as well as from Wave of Terror, which is what's allowing them to rip through that 20 armor points of Death Prophet.
Well, at the very least, it does look like the old Beastmaster level 1 aura, actually. That's really surprising with this draft.
Yeah.
Come think of it, but they're still able to get Roshan. That is actually, like, so random. I guess they really needed wave clear or something? They're just, like, really super push? I don't know about that one.
Next build from Faceless Void is a Manta.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like your other core item for your Faceless Voids lately.
Okay. If you really are committing to the early push, you needed something else which is just damaging. Like, even at this point, something like a Desolator would be more effective over on a Faceless Void to help them reach their end goal, which is still to push high ground. It's to push high ground and take it out. Like, you 1 racks up, but that's not enough. Maybe get the extra money by going through the top lane. 5-man group up and push through tier 1 and tier 2 tower. That's still a lot of money unclaimed in the death of these towers. And they need to also relieve the pressure. You still got your tier 1 and tier 2 tower on that bottom lane, which has the super creeps up on it. If you can actually get into any kind of position where you can actually take the side lane as well, that'll work. And Yapzor is dead. This will be a
he made a mistake there.
Are they trying to do this without Fiend Script? Yeah, they'll time dilate and they'll actually do it without Fiend Script.
I'm not sure if he was trying to set up for a Sunstrike or something there, but then he just kind of goes for some sort of play, and as we talked about earlier, Bastrik's like, okay, Nightmare. just wait for everyone else to show up.
Yeah. Era may not have been ready. He still doesn't have that Aghanim Scepter yet, but he's about to use his Hand of Midas to be 200 gold away. That Aghanims will arrive in just a moment. And he'll be able to do it. And yeah, here's that push now coming in from PRIES. Maybe you could just be SMY in the Faceless Void. The Manta makes sense to break free of multiple things. Dodge the magic missile. Potentially just get yourself out of the entangle.
Yeah, it's good in the same sense, like, whenever you have these kind of more core voids, it's nice just because of when you're in the Chronosphere, it's harder for, like, the single target AoE. Obviously not gonna help against Ravage, but, like, a swap out or something like that, it's harder for Cinderin to make sure he's getting the correct one.
So Qualifier and Cinder to push out this bottom lane more than enough. They'll TP back in just a moment. Qualifier get anything really out of this apart from... Looks like he actually got buyback out from this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But that's only going to help him if he's got a lone druid bear up, which is now having to regenerate up. They're going to commit the exorcism. There's fortification available, however. So this damage is going to be negligible, and the bear's already to the front lines. The Ravage, the blink is up, and they got just all 5 heroes, well actually 4 heroes. Beastmaster was the one not included. They'll hand it quickly up, but you've already lost your physical damage with that exorcism. Death Prophet on the sideline. Chen tries to stand back, but okay, that's not even going to work. The swap in, they actually go for 4 heroes on the chase. Wonderful scrambling played there from no Diggity. They may, nope, they'll have to fortify. The Chen army and Nectar books are still trying to bring down this melee Rax. Savage Roar will actually stop them from attacking. Oh, Praise, you were so close. That Death Prophet got exploded.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually got caught out by that. They had the vision. They knew the Kezu was coming because they'd seen the Blink Dagger as well while they were pushing up and coming down to that top lane. So I thought they were where he was sitting over on the side. But then again, like, the only play really is to send a Hawk or something over there. And with that being done, Kezu nails it, snipes out that perfect Ravage. Sets up, like, the potentially game-winning. Like, that was probably, I'd say, the last chance for Price to win this game, realistically, without another big mistake from Dig. Like, if we want to see the same consistency of game number 1 from here on out, they just kind of play out the lead that they've now started to generate, jumping up over 5k.
Yep.
Big save.
They really needed something else out of this game. I still feel like the biggest problem for Price is the fact that Faces Void doesn't do any level of damage. I would have really preferred him, like when I said Desolator before, like to sell the Helm of the Dominator and then pick up something like a Death. So if you're gonna have like this double like Helm and Vlads, this feels wrong. More than anything else, it just feels wrong.
Oh, well, everything's going wrong for them right now. They just smoked up under that Observer mid, and it was immediately pinged out by the side of Dig, so nobody gonna be wandering down south anytime soon.
What are they gonna do? Are they're gonna slip in through the bottom? They don't have a creep wave with them. The mid creep wave is the only thing which is really close enough. So unless that enters the base, or they go for the surprise jump. The Observer and Sentry, they do see enough. They know what they can go on. There's no Ravage for 22 seconds, so they got that small 20-second window. Chronosphere, it comes off. They want the kill over on Yapsor, but Cinder just swaps out, takes it for the team, and Faces Boy's Chrono ends up being absolutely nothing. The Exorcism will come off again. Faces Boy still on the front lines, got the Aegis Immortal. It will trigger out. But without a Chronosphere, it doesn't really offer that much more. And now Tide, still watch that countdown, 9 seconds until you've got Ravage up. They're trying to get the Millie Rack, definitely plus pushback, hit 4 heroes. Again, Beastmaster grabs it from it, but the Centurion bouncing around Price. Take a melee racks, but really at what cost? This is what I was talking about where Diggity, they love this at the 24-minute mark. All they have to do is just group up and force down a lane. And the lone druid will take your rack. He's got 3.9k gold on himself.
Yeah, he can just send the bear for like an AC or something right there, or at least parts of it, you know, get the Hyperstone going. You've got Max Exort already done with the Aghanim Scepter on Era, so plenty of damage being passed around the top of these buildings. And you know, like every time it's been Praise fighting up into these cooldowns being down to the side of Dig, but right now it's Ravage loaded on Kezu and they have nothing.
Yep. Just to make this push even quicker, he didn't just go the Hyperstone, he went double. He went into the Moonshot. That mid-rank just gets wrecked. So Praise will come back up again. Damage is already done. When you alacrity up that bear as well, does nice work. Yapsor, well, Synderen swaps him out. The dust will happen. Yapsor not getting caught by that. And already Kuiper just rotates towards the top lane. Let the bear do the work. Praise, if you want to attack it, all they can actually do is Nightmare and maybe even Fiend script the bear to stop their ranks from going down. But that doesn't even stop. And the Ravage with the anchor and the Deafening Flyer. That is a brutal. They just shoved them into their grave unwillingly. That's actually game right there. Even with Faces Void now buying back, you got Chronosphere available. They got no way to defend this push from Diggity. Game was good, game was gold, and game will be 2-0 in favor of no Diggity.
This team is really fun to cheer for. Not gonna lie, they've been put out some pretty big matches. I think a lot of people pleased. This was a game everyone expected them to win, but it's really nice to see, despite being favored in the series, they start the second game pretty rough, and it's good as a more of a younger team to still be able to band together, bring that stuff back. They followed their strategy, executed it, even though things didn't go like quite perfectly in the early game. They read what Praise were trying to do and buffed them back.
This is probably the scariest